In the Carmel Unified School District, image is everything. And when allegations of sexual harassment threaten that image, some say that district leaders will do what they can to protect it.
Didn't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to deal with it. You know, if they can't take care of what they don't know, and they don't want to know what goes on.
This district employee, identified as Jane Doe, is one of two women suing the Carmel School District, accusing a former supervisor of sexual harassment, behavior she says has deep roots in the district.
And if you don't detonate a bomb before it goes off, you're going to be cleaning up those pieces for a long time. And that's what they're doing right now.
Ted Knight was hired to lead the district in 2021 as superintendent, and one of his duties, he said, was to start investigating the historic pattern and practice of sexual harassment with the district. But just 2 years later, Knight was sending lawyer letters to the district complaining that he was being retaliated against for investigating harassment allegations that the district preferred to sweep under the rug. This spring, Knight's attorney sent a letter to the district board saying that the district has long had a reputation as a den of sexual harassment and misconduct. The same letter goes on to read, the district and board became aware that much of the aforementioned sexual misconduct involved former district employee and current board member Carl Palestrini. Some of the district's history of sexual misconduct allegations are highlighted in this 22-page report, commonly referred to as the Oppenheimer Report, a 2018 anonymous survey of district employees that revealed multiple instances of alleged sexual harassment going back years, including allegations of sexually explicit comments, inappropriate touching and grabbing, unsolicited hugs, propositions to sleep together, and unwanted kissing by district employees. Attorneys for Knight point out that the Oppenheimer Report includes at least 2 incidents of alleged sexual misconduct by trustee Palestrini.
And there is no one in the audience who has all the facts.
Knight pointed to a text message he received from Palestrini that allegedly acknowledged Palestrini made inappropriate comments in the past. The text message reads, "Promise to behave better. No more. How did she look in the prom dress?" As Knight got deeper into his investigation into the district's history of allegations, he reached a crossroads between board members who wanted him to quash the investigations and parents who questioned Knight's decision to put an administrator on leave. According to Knight's attorneys, Palestrini was overheard threatening Knight, "Do you know who I am?" or words to that effect. In one email tonight, Palestrini wrote a reminder that we need to continue to remove as much negative perspective of the climate at CHS as we possibly can. According to Knight, instead of dealing with the sexual harassment allegations head-on, district leaders appeared to try and silence it. The district allegedly refused to extend Ted Knight's employment contract when he wouldn't stop his investigation. Superintendent Knight said trustees Sarah Hines and Palestrini just wanted this to go away and pressured me to conceal complaints for the good of the district. Superintendent Knight made these allegations in complaints filed with the Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights, the California Civil Rights Department, and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Knight says he was retaliated against for doing his duty and investigating claims of sexual harassment in the district. On August 11th, behind closed doors, the school board agreed to settle with Superintendent Knight. The district agreed to pay Knight $770,000 in exchange for Knight resigning from the district and dropping all claims and complaints he'd made against the district, including Knight's complaints to the government agencies. District board members declined to comment on Knight's allegations or the settlement. Carl Palestrini also declined to comment on the allegations made against him by Ted Knight, citing personnel reasons. But Palestrini said in his 36 years working in the district and serving as a board member, he has never been sued or had any formal complaints lodged against him. In September, another lawsuit filed against the district, this time by Carmel parent Christine Davy, seeking to void the settlement agreement with Knight. According to her lawsuit, the settlement was improper because it was approved in a closed session with the lack of transparency, and the settlement amount was an unlawful expenditure of public funds. The district declined to comment on this latest lawsuit. But the recent lawsuits shining a new light on a history of alleged sexual harassment that many argue has been swept under the rug for way too long.
Well, we have unfortunately had a culture where sexual assault and misconduct, it happens, I wouldn't say on a regular occurrence, but it's something that happens more than it should, and more than it should is it should happen never.
That leaving many wondering if district leaders are more concerned about protecting the image of Carmel USD rather than ensuring the safety of students and staff. Felix Cortez, KSBW, Action News 8.